Who did the young people pick as their leader? NBA young boy. Ooh, give me gas talking about that little boy. Who did the young people pick?
Charleston White is a very popular social media sensation based out of the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. And initially, he was a brother that was doing some community work. He was a guy that had some issues and then cleaned himself up. But of course, you don't get a lot of clicks and views on social media talking about positive things. Charleston White is very charismatic, and because of that charisma, he started giving his opinion right after the Mode 3 situation occurred. He was trending in Dallas, trending all over the nation, doing a lot of interviews, going city to city. And of course, we heard what he said about Malcolm X. I believe he's talked bad about Martin Luther King. He's talked bad about rappers dead, King Von, Nipsey Hussle, recently PNB Rock. And I'll get to that a little bit later, right? But now I want to get to this real quick here. Charleston White recently bought a chain, which is called Nanny Boo Boo or Nanny Boo Boo. It looks like it's probably worth at least $25,000, and he's showing off this new chain. And he went to the club last night, allegedly to the strip club. And of course, he's been getting into it with Soulja Boy, people like that, you know, a whole bunch of people, Kings Von's people. And to protect himself, he's carrying a gun. Now, while he was in the club last night, according to Say Cheese TV, some woman was, twerking it up on him, and then gunshot, Zima. That's right. Our boy Charleston White, the gun discharge, shot himself. He has been hospitalized, and according to people who saw that he is he's okay now, but he took a bullet to the leg, recovering and in stable condition. Let me say this to the real Charleston White and to other guys out there who, you know, we are in our 40s and going up. Listen, at this stage in our life, right? When I was 20 and like 16, going up to like 25, those were the most dangerous times for me. God brought me out to see my 30s and to take my ass on in my 40s. We in our 40s and 50s and 60s should not be over here watching our back every day because we didn't say something on social media to some young kids about they dead homie. To the point that instead of enjoying the rest of our life, you know, we got to be on here scrutinizing people saying anything because we scared, because we online saying one thing, but we got to protect ourselves because we're living with these death threats. And then we end up shooting ourselves. And the reason why Charleston White accidentally shot himself, because he ain't got no choice. You didn't create all these enemies, bruh. And for what? You know what I'm saying? For what? Getting into it, going to different places around the country. You know, recently I know he was in Detroit with over an Anton Daniel show, but just seeing all these things hurting people's feelings, and you know that these people are crazy, what's the use? You know, I just don't understand that. Even people like Kevin Samuels, you know, when he was living, Kevin used to get people coming up to him unannounced. I'd be on the phone with him, you know what I'm saying? He would get police officers, but he also would get random people, right? People who would come up to him that he didn't know. Sometimes they would have a quarrel with something that he said, but you know, Kevin was never the kind of person to really talk about people personally or attack people personally or talk about the dead. So obviously it might be disgruntled situations, right? But now imagine you're a man in your 40s and 50s and you literally are having issues with youngsters, literally. And what's gotten Charleston White the ability to be shot is the fear of somebody else shooting himself, because running his mouth is what's gotten him in that situation. You know, one of the things that we need to do in our later ages, and I'm saying that now, you know, if you don't really feel that you care about somebody, just shut up. I want to play this little small clip, right, of Charleston White weighing in on PNB Rock, and I'm gonna play that not to be disrespectful, but to kind of prove my point. So I'll play it and I'll come right back.
Let me say this, homie. I've never heard of this guy till yesterday. Fuck, I'm on nobody's death for. His death don't mean nothing to me. Nigga, everybody know if you go to California been killing rappers forever, homie. They killed Tupac, they killed Biggie. So nigga, so what? PNB died, fuck him.
So you heard what he had to say, right? My thing is, why is it necessary? It's unnecessary. Now, obviously, if I don't like somebody or if I'm gonna talk about somebody, maybe I'll do it behind closed doors. But now, just to say something like that, when people are emotional, people are vulnerable, people are upset just to say something like that because I can. Let me tell you something, man. It's not wise. It's not showing wisdom. And see, thing my grandma used to tell me is age brings about a change, right? But it should bring about a change. And some people it don't. If you don't care about somebody passing, just don't say nothing about it, brother. You don't have to get onto the internet and talk about how you don't care about him living or dying, because you got to give credence to the fact that somebody do care about him living or dying. And that's what matters. You know, it's a lot of people that I don't really care about too much. And I'm gonna just be honest. Let's say, for example, when the Queen of England died. Now I'm gonna talk about this. You have certain African groups and certain African leaders coming out and, you know, disparaging the lady. You know, when she died, I think the EFF did that. And at the same time, you got a lot of South Africans working in the United Kingdom, you know, and ultimately saying those things about her. Oh, well, you know, I'm glad she's dead. We don't celebrate her passing. Like, for me, for people that said something like that, it's not even worth talking about it. You know how you feel about it. So why cause trouble for yourself? Because people remember that. All right. Sometimes it's good to be quiet. You know, if you don't like something or you don't like somebody, there's a lot of ways you can show it. If you don't care about PNB Rock's passing, brother, just, okay, well, you don't care about his passing, but you ain't got to go out of your way to disrespect the guy. I didn't even know who PNB Rock was until he passed. So I can't say, you know, well, you know, I love the guy or whatever. I never heard about it, but I have enough, you know, understanding that he has a mother. You know what I'm saying? He has a family that loves him. People that do love him, I need to respect them, because I would want somebody to respect, you know, my family or something like that, if that would happen. Bottom line. And then you make people mad to where you probably somewhere in fear, getting confronted and don't know what's gonna happen, gotta carry guns and stuff like that. But bro, at your age, come on now. You can find something else to be talking about. That's what I'm discussing. Somebody don't like that, man. But seriously, be 40, 50, talking down on people, you know, saying stupid things like that for whatever reason, and then you're smart enough to shoot your goddamn self. That's how intelligent you are, if it's true. You shot yourself. Who needs Pookies and Ray Rays when you can just shoot yourself? I mean, that's how dangerous idiots are to themselves. You're so much a danger to yourself, you will shoot your own self. That's how much brain power some of y'all working with. You don't even need, you're such a danger to yourself, you'll do it to yourself. You'll ruin your own life because of you. And that's the issue that we're dealing with here with Mr. White. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top, and as you know, the buffoonery remains all time high. I'm out.